Hello, hello, my Mingla. Myanmar review and review got a planet Josie Rabono. Hello, Sejama Kucham, Shijabazi, Lusanda Buare. Tavimelu Sekaro Jamaj Machamajam. Baby, like hang in there, no? Jenya Kandavo, no? Hang in there, Jenya Kandano. Tini Pumaro, Riga English Piodon, no? English Piodoro, Nabijaro. English Rubio Busui, Pamalu, Piambito, English Rubio, Chinjo, Nicho Piambino, no? Also, Diaga, Yama review and Rebecca, Bigere, a good Lube, Napatobalaga, Sabiore, English season, December. Also, Kapaga, Yamananga, Bo, Goody, up, Goody Ludel, Goody Yamananga, Jong, up Jonah. NUGRO Adiga Uzonile Melu Tene, Tabi Melu Cha, Sujabazu Kusho, Liru Lupokuri, Americani Biro, Time Biro, Take Terrawan Lonide, Cha Poguri, Kuri, Lelama Media, Madira Poguri, and Yaishili. No? So Korea Tata Apawane, Yamanango, or Yamananga net, the Chanang Ye Gulusa Samujama, the dead are when you are at the Bobo, no? Yama review. So, So English women. Yeah, everyone welcome to Myanmar Review and Repeat. So today, just a few weeks ago, we started telling to our audiences that we will present our program in English, English version or English program, and one site, in English version and Myanmar version, two versions we will broadcast or we will present, and then like in this English session. So in the beginning, we were present in English, and after English session, we will talk about those things in English presentation as a summary to Myanmar people what we have talked about. So generally, our English program is intended to let the world know about Myanmar as a one channel of communication or relationship with international communities about Myanmar. So we are just one channel of many other channels. We maybe I don't know how much we can do or how much we can carry forward, but we will do as much as we can. And the other channels, they are much larger, much bigger, more influential channels, I assume and I believe. So there are some individual presentations in English, and also like maybe BOE or BBC or those kind of RFA or those channels, if they broadcast about Myanmar in English, so they will also present some like update situations in Myanmar. So we will be as for Myanmar, we are a small group of people, and we will do our best to communicate with the global community, particularly democratic nations and the powerful nations, and in hope of their support in our efforts fighting against the military coup. That is our ultimate purpose. And then also not only finish there, like after defeating the military group, the Myanmar people still need to continue in the direction to democracy and a really well organized government system, so that like we will not experience like Afghanistan or Iraq, like a post after the war or after the conflict. There are still so many chaotic problems still hanging on there. So we don't want that things. But we also, Myanmar Review and Repeat had already suggested that like how to set up the Federal Union Constitution as a draft. Like some ideas, some opinions, and then some suggestions, yeah, to concern individuals as well as EAOs, also yeah, intended to the NUG, the group who is leading current anti-military activities. So we will start our program in English from today. This is the first day presenting in English. Today we have 3 topics to present. The first one is we will touch some points related to U.S. new government, new administration led by President Donald Trump. And particularly, like last night, I watched 2 YouTube, I think mostly Forbes breaking news or Fox News, particularly about the Secretary of Defense, a new Secretary of Defense. Like in my eyes, I don't know how he has like so many children. I think 6 or 7 children. Yeah, he is still young in my eyes. So my concern or my topic like at this program regarding to U.S. is like Donald Trump is picking up those like his secretaries of those departments. Yeah, they are young. That is good in one side, like they are so enthusiastic and they have so much passion. I am not sure how much experience or how much like tough situations they have gone through. So that will build their really caliber and their strength in standing against those challenges coming to them. And also the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Yeah, he is really such a tough guy. Even during the campaign, after nominating his name coming up, and then he show up his experiences, his how to say his values, how to say his principles. Like central principle he hold regarding international affairs. So in that case, like I heard some Myanmar news channel that he has some how to say some communications or relationship with Asia, particularly even especially with Myanmar affairs. He has supported when he was a senator or he was in the Senate, so U.S. Senate. So based on those background and his like how to say mindset or what I can say, yeah, those kind of his beliefs or his activities. Yeah, still I think he is young. Young means not like he is much more not related to not relative to me, but relative to his position. Like United States of America is not only for the United States of America; it's for the whole world. Yeah, I have repeatedly saying that in my Myanmar channel, Burmese version. To my Myanmar friends that United States is the government of United States is not the government exclusively only for U.S. It's also for the world, and even in the past, like a decade or so before, U.S. has a nickname like a world police. He is kind of a watchdog for the whole world affairs. That is the point I want to make about Secretary of State Marco Rubio and the Secretary of Defense. Just yesterday, I saw that he just went in, like said by Vice President Vance. So my point I would like to make here, my comment or my point I would like to make here is they are young. Why I say they are young is for about Secretary of State Rubio, Marco Rubio. I was watching the meeting like in Alaska when during Biden's administration in Alaska with Chinese people. At the table, he is kind of like how to say underdog. Tony Blinken, Secretary of State. They means that the Chinese guys are really experienced, seasoned, really seasoned like a tough guys or tough dogs. I like to say. But the U.S. side, I don't know how much he can respond or how much Tony Blinken responded to Chinese tough guys' questions and complaints and discussions and negotiation, the points they want to take away from that table. The thing is, when we have a weak person in meeting those challenges, that is a loser. We will get in the loser position. If there's no compromise and win-win situation, if there's a situation only for win and lose or zero-sum game, then if you are not tough enough and you cannot beat the other side, you will be in a loser position. I don't feel ashamed of that loser position as a citizen of the United States. And also, I feel so much impression, so much good impression about Mike Pompeo. Mike Pompeo, I like him, I love him, and I'm so much impressed by his attitude, the way he talk, and the way he express his ideas, his responses. He is so tough. He is so straight. He is so. He was not hesitant to say anything, all straight, smooth, and strong. That's the way I would like to see our leaders. Mike Pompeo or Pompeo. I'm not. I cannot. Maybe. I hope I pronounce right. The first Donald Trump's term, the Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo. He is such a great guy. I would like to see Marco Rubio to step in his footsteps and the way he acted. But they are two different persons. I know. I acknowledge that. Two different persons. Yeah, two different. I don't expect to have two different values, because you are not personal values standing in your national values. You all are, in my understanding, representing United States and United States people. Even you may have a chance to stand for the whole entire world. You are the leader, you are the example, you are the model for the whole world. That is what I would like to see. And maybe, I'm sure, Donald Trump would like to see that also. So that is my point. I would like to make here that Marco Rubio, and I cannot memorize the Secretary of Defense, newly sworn in Secretary of Defense yet. But I love every leader, and I pay respect to every leader of this country. And so I would like to make the other, like the Secretary of Defense. If you are young means like not by age, but by experience, your knowledge, and your, honestly, accomplishments, history, the track record of your accomplishments. What challenges have you gone through and already won the victories, so many victories of tough challenges? That is the point. Even you are still young by your age, but if you have such really tough questions and you are really gone through those tough situations, like military affair is really, 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 really critical and very vital part of U.S. in standing in the top position of the world. So now China is really emerging as a rival to U.S. And they are even testing your, how to say, your status quo, I would say. But my opinion, if you are young and not having enough experiences of answering those questions, responding those challenges, and reacting those problems in a very effective and very, effective and very firmly, to those problems, then it is well advised that you should have a really well-seasoned or well-experienced advisors, at least 2, 3 advisors from that field. From that field means that from military background, the top generals, like the battalion generals, those they have commanded so much war, so many wars. Those, if you consult with those people, your decision will be backed by those people, and by those people's spirits in whatever you face, or in whatever challenge you confront. Yeah, that is what I like to say right now here. And so yes, I'm so grateful that like Donald Trump selected those leaders under him, and then to cooperate and to accomplish his missions, and his to honestly realize or materialize his vision, make America again, make America MAGA great again. Yeah. So these are the first 2 points about related to America, and then I really like the lady Attorney General. She is tough. I like that kind of tough persons, like really tough. That is the way I want to see our leaders: tough, stand firm, and answer strong, and respond really right, and do the question. That is the point. So she is really impressive. Great. I'm so much impressed by that lady Attorney General. She looks so young. I don't know, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. She is strong. She really show up to the standard, even more than this, above the standard, I would say. That's the point. Okay. So yeah, and tonight I also watch another movie. That is before swearing in, or before sworn in, or before confirmation, or like after the confirmation. The Tammy Duckworth had a question to Marco Rubio. That is about like what is his approach? What will be his approach to ASEAN nations? The Asian nation as a whole. That was the question I watched, and that I didn't get the clear response from the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, but my understanding is it is a little too early for him to organize, like the information, the situation, to really comprehensive understanding of the situations in Asian countries. Particularly right now, there's, for sure, China is predominating, in that how to say, a video clip, YouTube video clip, and I watched. China is predominating in Asia area, like especially Myanmar is say like let me say here one thing: Myanmar is the worst influenced by China, CCP. The worst in the worst situation influenced by China. And Marco also, even like I said, Myanmar, Laos, Thailand, etc. Those countries. So our my original country is Myanmar, Burma, formerly Burma. Yes. So I have so much concern and interest in that U.S. Myanmar relationship, or even Myanmar individually. I'm now like from setting up this Myanmar Review and Review channel. Yeah, our purpose and our goal is to help Myanmar getting out of this situation and defeating Chinese influence in Myanmar. That is our goal. And then we have presented so many means as we started from last year in April 17th, I think, if I remember correctly. So then from there we planned to present our presentation once a week, every week, but we were not able to take our schedule as planned. So we are skipping so many weeks, but we presented very much. We just come up as needed. Whatever something is popping up, coming out, and we want to counter that, and then let the people know our message is mainly intended to reach to the leaders of NUG or to the leaders of the PDF forces. And we don't expect to reach our messages to the whole entire population, because our messages are like, how do I say, high level messages. Some of our messages may not be understood by normal people, or how do I say, the common people. That's why. But we also try to reach behind the scenes, to those energy leaders. But we believe that our messages were not reaching to those people. That's why we come out publicly and say things in public. We didn't intend to say things public and to come out in public, but the situation forced us, or we chose to come public so that we can deliver our messages openly to the people we want to reach. So that is about Myanmar Review and Rebuild. And then, so continue from that, like earlier, the point I made Tammy Duckworth, her question. So on that conversation, she asked to Secretary of State candidate, or I don't know at that time, as I said earlier, before confirmation or after confirmation. So what about the status at that time? But that is about ASEAN nations. And I would like to have our leader, particularly ASEAN nation issues are related, of course, related to China's issue, the Communist Party's issue. So in handling that is very sensitive and critical, I know, because why it is sensitive, there are so much investments and so much deep relationship with China and US. Yeah, I understand. But on the other side, as I will see here in my note, if there's some more here. It's a really high time. If that is on, when was that? Let me see. This is January 23rd. Yeah, I think about some things from hearing the news, from listening to the news, and then some ideas come up, and I take notes on those. So that my point is here, as I said earlier, the relationship between China and US is quite sensitive, quite critical, and also it is so much, so huge impact on the global situation, that relationship. So if US wants to stay intact politically as a united, powerful nation, it is high time to urgently take measures to prevent CCP cancer from spreading across the globe, and to kill the cancer cells the most effective condition. That is my point I want to make for United States, to take the really effective measures to stop the cancer, CCP cancer right now, or otherwise it will spread too large to contain or to control, and until killing the whole, the whole concerns. What I mean is the whole world. CCP has spread diabetes to Africa, to Europe, and to South America, and to Southeast Asia, etc. Even in London or England, those kind of things. So many networks. They claim like when the African continent delegation came to China, CCP, Xi Jinping celebrated with those guys last year in 2024. They claim so much good relationships or very close cooperation with them. With them means with those people or with those leaders from Africa. CCPs want to show off his position. That is the really alarming signals to the whole world, especially to the powerful rival states like United States and Japan and other democratic nations. So I would really like to point out that United States, it is too early for a Secretary of State, just newly sworn in, and to tackle those things effectively and really, really straight to the point, and really effectively resolve those situations and the consequences, the potential consequences. So I believe, and I'm sure Donald Trump, our President Donald Trump, he would like to tackle those things effectively and very strongly. He is so strong. He says so strong. He acts so strong. When he said that, people believe he will do that. That is the way he show who he is, and his government will act. And so, from that point of view, my desire or my expectation, or my our like Myanmar Review and Rebuild view on those Secretary of State and Secretary of Defense, those two leaders really need to be tough and strong and well advised for those really so much impactful challenges and problems. So that is my first point I would like to make. My first point, I would like to make in this presentation. And my second point is about, let me see, it's about is okay, but that is all done. And okay, Myanmar position in Southeast Asian countries, right now, because United States has a new government led by new president and also a new team. A new team means like generally almost every department was replaced, even including CIA and FBI. Those directors, the leaders of those departments or the agencies were replaced by or will be replaced by new leaders. So they should be tough. Every leader under Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, I assume he chose the people the same as he. Tough, focus, and really stand up to the challenges and win the victory, make a victory. That's the point. So, here, the second point I would like to make here is about ASEAN countries, ASEAN countries, or ASEAN, Southeast Asian countries. So what that is about is the Chinese influence. It is like honestly, this is Asia. I know, and everyone know. No need to say, no question to ask. It is in China, in Asia, and China has borders with those countries. They are having a conflict with internally and externally. Externally means with China, Chinese influence. The problem is that the criminals, right now, United States, the Department of Homeland Security, and let's see, local affairs. Honestly, um, anyway, inside U.S. they are taking out the criminals right now. Should be the same way in Asia and in Southeast Asian countries. That is the safety of those individual countries. They are small, they are weak relative to Chinese power. So they cannot stand up alone to stand against the Chinese influence. And also the population mix in those individual small nations, that like there are so many Chinese people, especially in big cities of those countries. That is the problem. Very hard to tackle those problems. Very difficult to find a solution. The solution to find the solution is not straightforward because of the population mix, like the immigration problems, as well as the economic power. Some very large degree to very large degree, most or economic powers in those individual small nations and Asian countries are also controlled by China or operated by China. That is very difficult and very challenging for them. But there's one way to tackle them. Any individual nation, starting Myanmar or including Myanmar, like Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, those nations, really small nations, really have border with China, and also like some business interests or investments by China in those countries. But as long as they can enforce the law lawfully, there's quite obvious that China is also no, Thailand is also really corrupt government system, really corruption, lots of corruption. Not close to Myanmar though. Myanmar is the worst situation in corruption level. So the problem is that based on the not rule of law and the corruption, those two situations, honestly, destroy those nations. That is the problem. The central main problems are only those two issues. As long as they can enforce the law, and also they can honestly execute anti-corruption policies effectively, the problems will be solved clearly. So what I would like to say here is that Myanmar is like a military coup or very internal, close to civil war right now. Not right now, since about 2 years already. But also at this point in time, the situation in Myanmar is the people's side is almost winning, almost close to finalizing the victory of the people. The thing is, the people don't have enough weapons or enough munition to stand against those the CCP-backed military group. So, for example, like Thailand, it's like a drug issue, and also some inside political issues. Tassin, or I don't know my English pronunciation is correct or not. Tassin, like a current prime minister, the lady and his uncle, those guys close to 100% sure related to Chinese interest group and corruption. But I believe that this government will be destroyed soon as well. A new government should be set up and then come up to run Thailand. Thailand is quite, honestly, fragile government system. It's not stable because of the corruption. Right now there is a problem. Just most recently, and last week, Thailand has an issue with very small minority living in Myanmar, very small minority, but very powerful in arms, weapons. That is the threat to to Thailand. They are saying, and they are the Thailand military forces, armed forces are planning to fight back, to push back into Myanmar, and to clear them out completely if possible, if the situation demands. So that is the current up-to-date situation regarding the Myanmar-Thailand border area, and the one special group, special small criminal group staying there, mostly inside Myanmar, but they are pushing, like expanding into Thailand. That is what I hear from the news. So that is the point. Of course, I believe, and I realize that United States, even the CIA, is directly getting involved in those, honestly, discussions and negotiations. And yeah, the conclusive point I would like to make here in my second point is that Myanmar current issue will be, like readily finished under two conditions. One condition is that if the people's side and the PDF, including the EAOs, have enough weapons, enough munitions to fight against the military, terrorists like CCP-backed military group, then it will be over. In what I mean is, as soon as the weapons are available in hand, enough, and it will be over. The military, CCP-backed military, will be defeated in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, that is my belief. That is one condition. If the people's side has enough munition, weapons. And the other condition is that the China, CCP, especially Wang Yi, Xi Jinping, whoever, those working and playing the roles related to Myanmar issue, Myanmar problem. And if China stop involving in Myanmar internal affairs, stop doing nothing, they stop talking to anybody, any ethnic group, any terrorists like military group, they stop doing anything regarding Myanmar internal affairs, then the people will defeat the military in about 2 months without getting them with current position or current status of their, honestly, capabilities. If China stop backing the military group, not only stop backing military group, but also stop talking to those EAOs, and especially the Chinese related MNDAA and the COGAN, those two groups, and also 3 alliance groups as well, Northern Alliance Group. So those are the only 2 conditions. So Myanmar people really expect United States, hoping for and looking up to United States for help and for support for their struggle to go to democratic government and democratic nation. But there was very minor assistance they are obtaining from US. So that is we cannot complain, how much United States can support Myanmar. As I said earlier, United States cannot be in a position to confront directly, like a head-to-head with China, because they are big powers. It will be very serious problem for the whole world as well. But there's if they have some understanding and getting, compromise each other. Okay, this then, United States have some put some pressure on China not really confronting and directly fighting China, like regarding related to Myanmar issues, but that if they put some pressure on Chinese government, Xi Jinping and Wang Yi and those people in Myanmar, and then Myanmar will stand up, really a free and democratic nation, and it will be like, how does it, neutral. Neutral means by basic policy, not completely enslaved by CCP. The current situation is terrible. It's like hell in Myanmar for the whole people, even including the terrorist group, military group. Their people are living hell-like situation. They were sent after like 2-3 weeks training of military basic training. They were sent out to battlefield, and they were killed or arrested, by the people group, PDF forces and EO forces. So, and then PDF and EO forces are winning most of the battles, but it's still challenging to win the war. Even though they are winning the battles, it is still a long way to win the war, to finish the game. So that is the point. My second point regarding to Myanmar, we look for United States. We look up to United States for some help, not directly like involving anything confrontation in a position for confronting the China, but in some way, like helping Myanmar people somehow. That there's if there's a will, there's a way, right? If there's a will, there's a way. So we expect, because United States led by a very strong leader, very strong team, I believe. So we will get help. Myanmar will get help from United States as well as from Japan. Japan is in Asia. Japan is one of the Asian country, and also like Japan has some like historical ties, as well as even currently very strong and deep ties with Myanmar, and they can do something definitely. So we expect Japan to to help Myanmar efforts, Myanmar efforts in Myanmar people effort for democracy and freedom, and then to live their own lives for their own destiny. Yes, and from there, my conclusion point will be that. Oh, okay. My conclusion point, the top point, is Myanmar is not only severely under Chinese influence, it is also partially hated by Thailand and Singapore. I know that. I'm not sure to say hated, but it's at least jealous of Thailand, jealousy from Thailand and Singapore, because they want to keep Myanmar. They means Singapore and Thailand want to keep Myanmar, in this poor situation, in this poor country level. Because if Myanmar really free and become democratic and led by rule of law, the future will be so bright for Myanmar that will rival them and even maybe surpass them. That is the situation they don't want to see, I assume. So, but my message to Singapore and to Thailand is that don't be afraid. Don't worry. Myanmar, even though Myanmar may suppress them, Myanmar will not rival with them. And Myanmar is Myanmar. Our benefit will be shared to you guys. Myanmar is not greedy. Myanmar is not greedy. Let Myanmar people grow. Let Myanmar country grow to their potential. And whatever, Thailand is pretty much flourished by tourism. The same way Myanmar, the climate, the geographical setting, and also the people, so beautiful, so easy, and so smiling, and so heartfelt, and everything quite similar to each other, Thailand and Myanmar. The culture, the history, maybe there were some clashes in the past, but they are gone. And what we are now is in a stage in a new, really, honestly, global community, and a very close each other, very close ties. There are so much population in Thailand, Myanmar population in Thailand. They accepted that, but they keep them in their control, like the water in their hand. They can throw them, or they can use them, or they can put it in top to the pagoda. There's so many levels in their hand. That is the situation of Myanmar people in Thailand. So, this is the first time I speak English in international public setting. But I have watched so many years, almost 20 years, like Myanmar's affairs, Myanmar's issues, Myanmar's problems, Myanmar people's situations, Myanmar political, social, legal, military situations. I've been watching those situations over 20 years. I didn't say anything in public. Right now, the situation is so critical. Most people are saying it's failed state. Myanmar is going into the direction of failed state. I don't want to see that happen to Myanmar country. I can see my country because I was born there and I grew up there. So, yeah, my clear and obvious message to Singapore and to Thailand: let Myanmar grow, let Myanmar people grow and reach their potential, and we can share those benefits, those privileges we earn by letting Myanmar grow to its potential. We can share each other. Myanmar people are not greedy. Myanmar future leader will not be greedy. They are public. They will be fair and just. So, we are so friend to Thailand. We are so much grateful to you guys, helping Myanmar people stay in your country and letting them work and make their lives there. And also Singapore is the same way. And recently, like Korea and Japan, there are so many people from Myanmar going into those countries and working, like a minimum wage workers. So it's really sad, and it is really sorrowful situations to see these conditions. But it's okay, this is our life partially. I can accept that. But to accept the whole thing as it is not possible for me. I cannot accept that. Because I believe I can do something. And there are many people like me, or a lot more than me, they can do. And they will come up together also. And then we will help, individually or as a association or as a group or whatever. We will join hands together to help Myanmar and to help Myanmar people getting out of their situation. Very dramatic, horrific situation. So please help Myanmar and please help Myanmar people. And for Myanmar people, my message to you Myanmar people, and especially to the leader as well, what I want to say is, get rid of your evil mindsets, get rid of your evil thoughts, and get rid of your evil actions. To destroy the potential, to cut down the emerging, that new ones. And you will experience, honestly, the cycle of vicious actions, kind of the cycle of vicious actions. If you do bad, the bad will come back to you. If you do good, the good will come back to you. Understand that. It is universal principle, I believe. And that's why, so like right now, the NUG leader, Dulawashi, he must be able to set the direction so clear, so obvious, so confirm, so firm that nobody can see anything else, just those things, the direction. If he set the direction and watch on those leaders under him, and if they are accomplishing those tasks, Dulawashi assign them. For example, like military affairs, Uyimon, or some other things to some other leaders. They need to. He must be able to see the vision, and to realize the vision, he must have some missions to reach there, to accomplish there. And those missions, like a kind of, how to say, score chart or scoreboard or benchmark board or whatever, like milestones. Okay, this is the steps to do. So we are here. How much have we done? Where we are, and how much still need to be done. Those kind of things. He must be able to understand those things, or get out of that position. There's an English saying: if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. So, yeah, we expect more work done, more accomplishment seen, and more victories won by the people's side. And the evil will be rooted out from the Myanmar land. So that is my hope, my prayer, and my belief. Those will be done. And thank you all. See you next time.